we're doing following interview. So I wanted to talk about what are the benefits of recovery, do you think, you know?
I mean, there's just so many. I mean, recovery is actually a completely new life. Like it's like being given a completely new life, and it's just totally different. I think also recovery has taught me to really live in the present day. I don't sort of ruminate about the past, about what happened, about what I lost or whatever. And I really don't get into much about the future, like, oh, when am I going to be able to travel again? Or, what am I going to do when I'm old? Blah, blah, blah. I'm really quite centered in the day. So for some reason, that just makes every day feel really special. Yeah, really special. So every day I try to, do something caring and nurturing for myself. And every day I try to be grateful for something. And every day I try to, notice beauty in the world or nature. And I mean, some days, of course, are better than others. We can't, live in a fantasy world. But I think living in the moment just really helps with acceptance. I've got lots of great friends. I don't really hang out with people I don't like. Obviously there's some times when you can't, you're at work or something. But like, I don't seek it out. I don't, I only really spend time with people who I really enjoy their company. Otherwise I'll just stay home with my dogs.
Right. Whereas when we were drinking, I think I spent a lot of time with people that I didn't like.
Me too. And often that was because they drank like me. So that's what we had in common. Or I was trying to impress them. Or I was stuck. I'd often be in relationships where I was completely stuck and I couldn't leave because I just didn't know how to or whatever, or thought that was what I deserved. Or, I don't know. Or I was partying and they were the people partying. So, it's amazing. Yeah, I just really... if I spend time with you, it's because I like you. And if I'm in a situation and I'm not enjoying myself, I just come home. I say, okay, guys, I've got to go home now. Thanks. So,
Yeah. So, what about personality changes? Do you see any changes in your personality?
Yes, I definitely think more of others and consider others more. I was quite selfish when I was drinking because I was really motivated through what I really felt like I needed, I had to have or whatever. And I would often manipulate situations, to get what I wanted, especially alcohol-wise, or drug-wise. Or I'd be really nice to people because I wanted their approval. So now I think I can genuinely be a good friend because I don't really need you to like me. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but I think I'm more genuine. That's not that I'm not without my faults. I can be really lazy sometimes or too driven at other times. I mean, I've definitely got my faults, but I like myself a lot more.
Yeah, right. So I think it sounds like from an external kind of validation, it became an internal. kind of that.
Yeah, maybe. And I think, like my spiritual life has definitely, grown and continues to grow and deepen. And, I find that I really love nature more and more. And so I can feel comfortable not being around people.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so what kind of stuff do you do now, like to have fun? I mean, one of the things that yeah,
Yep.
so one of the things that I found very helpful to be in recovery is that I started to get to know myself, and then I know what I like, and then I could pursue those things. Whereas when I was drinking, I spent a lot of hours and time, years of hours doing I don't know what, like.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, well, I love art. I love making things. I love textiles. So, a lot of things I do creatively, making things. I love getting together with friends and like having sort of like craft or sessions. So I've got a couple of girlfriends and we meet and we sew or knit or, do whatever it is, soft sculpture or whatever it is that we're into at the time. I enjoy my spiritual practice. So meditation, ritual, visualizations, a lot of those sorts of things. I'm incredibly interested in astrology. So I've been studying that, tarot, esoteric. I've just got a real passion. So I'm just always studying comparative religion, things like that. I spend a lot of time listening to watching videos, listening to things, so I can learn more about different faiths and practices. Like I said, sorry?
Did you know that you were interested in all these things when you were drinking?
Oh yeah, I haven't really changed. I was always interested in these things from a young age. I went to art college. I studied Renaissance art, so I've always been interested in the saints and the stories around traditional art. So art and spirituality have always been quite intertwined. So right. So I'm quite interested in those things. So using my mind. I love plants, as I've said. So propagating plants and things like that is like magic to me, like being able to take a plant and grow another plant. And that's just amazing. I love it. I've got a child, so he's always kept me quite busy. I love walking, yoga, swimming at the beach. Multitude of things. I mean, the last year has been, has sort of got me studying more and doing more creative things because of being at home more. So that's actually been quite nice.
I was just thinking when you were saying all that you had I think in recovery we start having the time to do all these things.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, when you're not spending 8 hours a night in bars and clubs, you definitely can do a lot. But I remember in early recovery, that was really weird having all that time on my hand, and it really, it was a bit scary. So, I would say, try some new hobbies in early recovery. Get back to the things that you loved when you were a teenager, or before you're substance career started, you know, like maybe reconnect with some of those things that you enjoyed.
Yeah, I remember like walking on the street at night in early recovery and seeing all these people walking on the street, you know, and I was like I was so amazed, you know, that I didn't know that people go to supermarkets, movies, and shops and stuff. I was at the bar, you know.
Yeah,
That's
like
what I did.
that's our black and white. We're either, you know, drinking or getting over it. You know, that was my life too. I was partying, drinking, or I was just struggling, trying to get to work, trying to get over my hangover, feeling better, and then, oh, let's go out again. So yeah, so there's not much time to do anything. Or, you know, I try to do things, but I just didn't have the focus. Um, so yeah, find your passion. I mean, there's a million groups you can find online. There's so many things you can do and get into.
I only started doing yoga in sobriety, in recovery, like 2 years into recovery. And I was in my 30s, you know, and I was like, okay, you know, I never tried yoga in my life. And I went in and it became like a hobby, you know, it became like a passion, you know, and it got,
Yeah,
yeah, it gave me
I
something.
think yoga and, you know, any physical, you know, mental, spiritual discipline is great. And there's, you know, for people who aren't into yoga, there's like so many different
Exercise.
things
Yeah.
to get into, you know, yeah, Tai Chi or
Diving.
boxing or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,